Hey you guys, today I am taking a look at the Vensmile tiny PC. It is a very cool little unit. I've already been playing with it. There's another video you'll see after this one. Basically, this is a very small tablet without a screen, essentially. You got a Wintel processor, 2 gigs of RAM, and a 32 gig hard drive. As you can see, there are 2 USB ports, power, HDMI, your SD slot, your headphone, and your power. And in between the 2 USBs, there is a small indicator light. Vensmile Windows box, and that is pretty much it. There's no other designation or inputs, outputs, things of that nature. There's a good weight to this. It actually feels pretty good. It's actually impressive in quality. It's actually very heavy, and it doesn't get very hot. It gets as hot as my router or my cable modem, so no issues there. I guess this is aluminum. It's definitely metal. It seems to warm just a little, but not bad. All right. Inside the box, you get your HDMI, as you can see, designed for this. Get that decent little cable there. And you have your Vensmile labeled power adapter with USB cord included. And in the video that you will see after this, you'll see mention of a PC server program. I thought that might be in this little manual, but realistically, the only thing this really has information on is really the Bluetooth and connectivity of that. There's no other information really of any use in this. That's pretty much all the entire manual is about. And of course, this is the box that it comes in. All the items underneath. You've got, this is the 32 gig model. There is apparently a 64 gig model available. It's just the IPC002, that's the model of this. The W10, I'm not sure if that changes with a 64-bit model, but it's got a 3000 milliamp battery, 2 gigs of memory, Windows 8.1 with Bing, the Intel Bay Trail processor, and Wi-Fi. You also have Bluetooth, of course. So, simple packaging, Vensmile name, Intel Windows box. So, as I said, nice little unit, runs really well, and in the video you'll see a little more detail on the actual working of the unit. But it boots up fast, it shuts down quickly, and it's actually a very nice little PC. It just needs more space than 32 gigs. So if you can get the 64, if you can locate one of those, I'd recommend going for the 64-bit. In the video I mentioned this, and it's something I'll mention again. Throw yourself a nice, large, and fast SD card in here, and you will have a lot more storage area you can install to that. I've already done that. Or if you're like me, you'll run a lot of portable applications, and then you don't have to worry about the installation. But this is a great little unit. You get a full version of Windows 8 with it, as the video will show. So anyway, if you're thinking about something for home theater or maybe even a little office type setup, I think this is a perfect solution. And it's small enough you could probably put Velcro on it, put it on the back of your TV or the back of your monitor if you're using it for work. So other than that, there's not a lot to say. I mean, it's a Windows computer in a very tiny package, and it works really, really well. So there's another video that starts immediately as this ends. All right, thanks for watching.
Okay guys, so as you saw, this is a very tiny PC, and it runs rather well. Temperature on it gets about the same as my modem and my router, so right around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just warm to the touch, but not at all a problem with overheating. As you can see, it opens up very quickly. I've got a secure digital storage device. It's an SD card basically stuck in here, just a little 4 gig. I'm running some portable apps. I've also installed applications to that. So if you throw a big size in there, say 128, you can effectively install all your programs to that, and you'll still have plenty of room on your main drive. If you look at my drive now, you can see that I've used a little bit of space. The actual space I used isn't very much more than what it came with. It was 21 point something, now it's at 20.9, so just a little bit changed. But this is what you have, basically a 32 gig drive. Close that out, and I want to show you guys Windows 8.1 with Bing. You of course see the IPC002 model designation, the 1.33 gigahertz Intel Atom processor. Of course, that is the Z3735F, 2 gigs of RAM, and a 32-bit operating system, of course, with a 64-bit processor. This is a full activated, non-trial, just full activated version of Windows that it comes with. I would recommend that you go into the control panel and into the recovery and create yourself a recovery USB just in case. I've already went ahead and done that. And otherwise, let's say you get all the functionality you would with a normal PC. One thing you'll want to do with Windows 8, or most people will, is give yourself a start menu like Windows 7, and that is free in case you're not aware. And you go to classicshell.net and you download the program, install that. You'll get the right click and go to settings, and when you do that, just change it to Windows 7. And another thing you might want to do, which I do, is make sure that the skip metro screen is checked. And of course the reason I do that is because if I need to get to the start screen I can, which is here. Personally, I have very little to any use for it at all, so I pretty much stick with going straight to the desktop. As far as pre-installed programs, you can see I installed most of the things here, some codecs and whatnot for Cam Studio to do the recording, the classic shell, which I showed you the start menu. But you have PC, remote server, and control center. Those are the two items that are installed. And if you check startup, you'll see that those are the other two of the three items that are in startup with the system. So it's a very slim installation overall as far as extra apps and things go. You do have Windows Defender, which is just Microsoft Security Essentials. When you change to Windows 8, it becomes Windows Defender. It's a decent program. A lot of people might be happy with it. I personally don't like it a lot, but since I'm not going to use this PC like I would my main PC, and I'm just networked to my main PC, I'm not really worried about downloading or having any problems with this PC as far as virus goes. So, the programs that you saw that I said were in startup, two of those programs, one is here, and it is the PC remote server. There's not a lot going on with information on this. The user manual I haven't reviewed in detail. It's got a little bit of information, and it may say something about this, but it's not something I'm worried about at the moment. If you get the device, you can review the manual and see that. The other, I put a shortcut here on the desktop, as you can see, but it is already running. Basically, it's a shortcut to a calculator, microphone, and an onboard or on-screen keyboard, which is very weird. I guess for touchscreen purposes, though, those might be useful. Shutdown I haven't used, but obviously I'm pretty sure it would shut the computer down. Here is a little bit of information. You have Microsoft Windows 8.1 with Bing, 6.3.9600, the Intel Atom processor, the designated model number Z3735F, and the clock speed that it's supposed to max at 1.33 gigahertz. The hard drive is a Hynix HBG4E, and it is a 29.12 gigabyte formatted capacity drive, 2 gigs of RAM, as we've already seen. Now, I did go and pull the product key for my own peace of mind just because I like to have that. And it is showing in the program, multiple programs, because I tried a few to make sure what it showed up as. And it came up as Windows 8.1 Connected, which I guess that is another name for Windows with Bing. But anyway, if you do like I did, you can install things. As I said, I've already installed a few things. These are the codecs that I installed for my Cam Studio. And Pop Player is the media player that I use for playback. It's just one that I really like. Works really well. So those are both portable, as is the Cam Studio I'm recording with. And I like running those because I can simply drag and drop and not to install to the actual storage. Like I said, this is a small storage. If you add sizable storage, fast speed, say a class 10, you shouldn't have any problems running programs and things from that. You do have Intel's HD graphics with this system, so I'm not going to recommend you play some of the most recent games, although it should play some games. And this wallpaper that you see here actually came with the system, although it wasn't the one selected by default. And it looks like it might have an Aston Martin front grille and badge, so it's a pretty cool looking. I like cars, so we'll leave that there. Device Manager, as you can see here, comes up clean, so they did not have any issues with slacking on the actual installation. I've seen a few manufacturers, rare occasion, that will have high definition audio device, but they don't have the specific Intel, Realtek, or what have you, so they fail to load the actual drivers. With this company, that is not an issue at all. And like I said, this is a full working version of Windows 8, 8.1. You have Bluetooth, as you're aware. You have your Intel HD graphics, the control center, and the PC server that I mentioned. You're safely removed because I have multiple things plugged into this, including the SD card that I mentioned. Of course, you have your Action Center, and this does have a battery. It is running, well, it says plugged in charging. It's now at 96%, which is weird because and now it says 99%. It has been sitting on the charger for over 4 hours now, and it's not got any higher than 99%. So I'm going to assume that that's just what it's going to read as. Not a big deal. The Wi-Fi works well. I can stream, 1080p video, and no stutters, no issues whatsoever. I've got a USB 2.0 hub connected to this system right now, and I am running a USB hubbed keyboard and a USB mouse. I've hooked up external hard drives, USB thumb drives, no issues whatsoever. Even though this comes with Bing, and Bing is your default search provider, you can go into Manage Add-ons, Search Providers, add Google, and then remove Bing, as you can see that I have done. I just do not like Bing personally. But I do like the full version of Windows 8 on a system that cost only a little more than $100. Other than that, it's just basically a very tiny PC that runs really, really well for being such a small, tiny PC. So, if there is anything that I can do that will help you make a decision about this, or if you have any questions about it, feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help answer those questions. But overall, as you can see, the quality is good, and the thing opens up folders and browses the web without issue really well. So I can't give it any faults at all at the current time. And I've been playing with it off and on for quite some time now. So I'm going to say it's a winner. I'm very, very satisfied with this little PC. And it will make a great little home theater computer, home theater entertainment center. The only thing that I would suggest, make sure you get a large SD card, one that is large and fast. Install your programs to that, and keep your installation to your main drive at a minimum. That way you do not have to worry about running out of space. Okay? So, anyway, like I said, if you have any questions, leave a comment. It's a very nice computer, and I think you'll be more than happy if you realize that computers of this size have limitations, and you treat it accordingly. Alright, thanks for watching.